Hello children. So today we are going to again start anew with the revision section of our chapter number 11, which will be occurring in your unit test in January. Okay. So in chapter 11, we have studied about human body and the other organ systems. The two organ systems that we have come across in this chapter were the circulatory system and the respiratory system. Now respiration, as you all will be remembering, are of three different types: external respiration, internal respiration, as well as cellular respiration. And why is respiration necessary? Respiration helps our body to gain energy. Energy is actually essential to operate all the life processes in human body. Every production occurs within the cell, and cells need the supply of soluble nutrients as well as oxygen for this purpose, so that energy will be developed in the cell organelle mitochondria in the cell, that is known as the, what I should say, powerhouse of the cell. There energy is produced, but nutrients and oxygen is the essential factor for production of energy. This supply takes place with the help of respiratory and circulatory system. So you see, nutrients and oxygen both are carried by the blood to each and every cell of our body. So here respiratory and circulatory system work hand in hand for energy production in our bodies. Now respiration is carried out through three steps. External respiration, first of all, where air is taken in through the nose and sent towards the lungs through trachea, that is the windpipe that passes through our neck, isn't it? And expiration, exhalation, oxygen is spared, air goes into the blood, blood carries carbon dioxide from various parts of the body towards the lungs. This air is given out by exhalation. The unwanted carbon dioxide is given out by exhaling the air that is formed in the lungs, and we absorb oxygen from the fresh air that we take. So both these processes occurring with the help of lungs are collectively involved in external respiration. Second step, if we come to internal respiration. Now after external, obviously internal respiration is remaining. Exchange of gases between cells and tissue fluid is called as internal respiration. Oxygen moves from blood into tissue fluid, and carbon dioxide moves from tissue fluid into the blood. Here you see oxygen which is carried by the blood to each and every cell, each and every tissue of our body is taken in, and carbon dioxide which is formed as a byproduct for certain activities performed by the cell and the organs is released out into the blood. That is again carried back to the lungs, from where it will be expelled out through exhalation or expiration. That was the second step. And the third step is cellular respiration. In cellular respiration, as you all know, we have written an equation of respiration and formation of energy in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Here what happens in cellular respiration? In the cell, dissolved nutrients like glucose and which are slowly burnt or oxidized with the help of oxygen, and energy is released in the form of ATP. Waste materials like carbon dioxide and water vapor are produced during this process. Cellular respiration can be written in the form of this equation. The different steps in respiration, we have seen external respiration, internal respiration, and one more, that is our cellular respiration. External, simply intake and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling of air. Internal respiration, where the oxygen and nutrients are being absorbed by different cells of our body and unwanted carbon dioxide given out. In cellular respiration, dissolved nutrients which are like glucose are slowly oxidized. They are burned with the help of oxygen, and energy is released in the form of ATP. So, in cellular respiration, the equation, in the form of equation, we can note it down like glucose. Formula for glucose is C6H12O6 will react with oxygen and will give out carbon dioxide gas, some amount of moisture, water, as well as one more thing is released, that is 38 molecules of ATP, that is your adenosine triphosphate, that is our energy, ATP. Balancing the equation, we can manage with 6 oxygen molecules, 6 carbon dioxide molecules released, and 6 water molecules are released. So, the left hand side of the equation, we have the reactants, and on the right hand side, there are the products that are formed after the reaction. So, cellular respiration is very important, where energy is formed and we, each and every cell of our body can work utilizing this energy. Okay, so which organs are present in the respiratory system is a question now. We all know that beginning with the nose, the air passes through the pharynx, then comes up to the windpipe and finally reaches the lungs. So our respiratory system includes the nasal cavity, the pharynx, the windpipe, and finally reaches the lungs, where exchange of gases can easily take place through the capillaries of the blood, that are the alveoli in our lungs, which are working out. In diffusion of gases can take place through the thin wall of these alveoli and help us to have this exchange of gases. Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. You can see this equation. You have to learn it by heart for the exam. Okay, and actually lung is just like any sponge present in the thoracic cavity, and lungs are made up of many small compartments, which also called as alveoli. Rich network of blood capillaries is present there, with 5 very thin walls, so that diffusion of gases, exchange of gases will take place through them. Okay, so this much about the respiratory system. you have to learn for your examination, and exchange of gases, how it is taking place in the lungs, that you have to understand. Oxygen is taken in the blood and carbon dioxide is given out, as well as water vapor is also given out into the blood, so that it will be exhaled after reaching the lungs. Then next class we shall see how the diaphragm works and how important this thin layer of skin which divides the chest portion and the abdomen portion is important in the working of our respiratory system, diaphragm working. And then we can move on to the next system of our body, which is working to make energy, that is the blood circulatory system. Okay, so see you in the next class. Bye all of you.